The virtual care environment is an interesting mix of some things which are more artificial and some things which in some ways are more natural, since we're talking to people often in their home environment, and many of the people who are important to them are often right there in the room or even in the same house or apartment. Interestingly, involving caregivers, involving support people is sometimes easier in a virtual environment than it is in an in-person environment. It certainly happened to me not infrequently that we're talking about how one's spouse or how one's parent or how one's partner could be helpful when I could just say, are they home now? Can we talk with them too? So bringing other people into that collaboration is sometimes a lot easier when that person is not located across town.
It is much easier to involve family if family is there. And oftentimes, families are at home with teenagers, right? Like they often can't come in the office because they have other children or jobs or whatever, right? But when doing telehealth, you can set it up in a way potentially that parents can be involved, right? Like they can come in the room and then they can leave or be involved in the whole session if necessary.
I've actually been surprised in my own clinical experience how often a family member is in the same room but out of view. And it's actually been sometimes refreshing to say, well, is your mother there? Could we talk with her? Oh, she's been listening the whole time. Could you turn the camera so we can include her in the discussion?
Telehealth can be extremely beneficial to really in understanding the environment, but also engaging the family, right? If you're talking to them and there's little kids running in and out of the room and making a bunch of noise, you now understand why they can't focus and do the homework that you asked them to do, type of thing. So going into the home gives you a very different perspective than sitting in an office that's kind of, it's yours, it's not theirs. So going into their world really does give you a different clinical view and gives you the context oftentimes that you need in order to create a better treatment plan and provide better interventions. I think telehealth gives you that without having to physically go into someone's home. And so if you have the ability to take a peek into the environment, right, at home and see how they communicate, see how they engage or don't, right, it can help you with your treatment plan around engaging the family differently to provide support. I do think having the ability to communicate more with parents and express and give them the skills necessary to support can also be a huge suicide prevention strategy.
What I know from our clinical trials that there was a scenario in an Army study that we did where a soldier would have their spouse or partner come in for some of the sessions. And in the moderator analyses after the randomized controlled trial, those soldiers did better. And these were very suicidal, high-risk individuals. To kind of get a sense of what was happening with their spouse, with their partner, was very helpful, and they could be supportive. They could even have a crisis response role. They could have a role as a supporter and a sort of almost like an adjunct to the treatment.
My number one piece of advice to any clinician working with telehealth is to actually have a conversation specifically with the child and the parent around their expectations and preferences as it relates to telehealth. Maybe they don't go into a private room. Maybe they sit in the living room and the whole family comes in and we have a whole conversation in the beginning about what telehealth really means and what that looks like and how the family can be involved or not involved.
Including family members or other caregivers in safety planning is not a violation of the law. Were I to separately call up family members or caregivers, then that might be concerning. But to say, could you bring them into the conversation? Could you both back up so I can see both of your faces on the camera? Could you turn the phone or could you turn the computer one way or the other so we can all talk together? And especially we're talking about creating a safe environment, identifying so-called lethal means or means of self-harm, like pills that might be in the home that don't need to be firearms or other objects that could be dangerous.
If you think about liability, one of the things that is just frankly true, and I do malpractice work, and I've been an expert in risk management, is that engaging family members in a crass way is your best way to probably decrease prospective liability. So it's always good practice to have thorough, thoughtful, informed consent, to have family members be involved or be looped in. We do this routinely with children and adolescents, but even with adults, to be looped into the care.
Safety is about not relying on a single individual to always do the right thing. Safety is about when there is some indicator of high risk, we need to have redundant systems. We need to have more than one person involved to make sure that things don't slip through the cracks.